Hey, Sonya. Hey, Sonya. Happy Thursday. Hey, cool gamer. Hello. Happy Thursday. How are y'all doing? What are you guys doing on this beautiful Thursday? Y'all know what day it is. It's Thoughtful Thursday. It's the weekend preview. What is it? What do you call it? Preview to the weekend. I know a lot of people are getting started right now, they've already made their weekend plans. They may even be starting their weekend on Thursday, on today. Some people may be off tomorrow. Sonya says, hey, Lines Pride, another day of keep moving. Yes, keep moving. Just move, 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 move. You don't have to be Speedy Gonzalez. Just get yourself a brisk walk. Just completed my 10,000, your 10,000 steps. Sonya, I don't know what it is, but I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to put my Fitbit on. I keep forgetting. I guess because I don't I don't use it much. I always just feel like as long as I'm doing cardio and my elliptical is keeping up with what I'm doing, that I don't really focus on counting how many steps I do in a day. But I am curious to know like how many steps I do in a day, how many steps I do in a week. So I was going to, you know, at least use it for like a few days to like a week or so. And I keep forgetting to put my Fitbit on. Y'all, it's charged and everything. It's charged and everything, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm under constraints when I do stuff like watch something that's monitoring my steps or that's monitoring what I do. Other than my elliptical, because y'all know my elliptical is my best friend. She does not lie to me. She doesn't deceive me. Hey, Bad and Bougie. Hey, Lance Pro. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you too, Bad and Bougie. All is well. All is well. Just out here trying to get in my cool down. I just got off my elliptical. I did my weights earlier today. So I'm just cooling down. Actually, I'm just on here walking and talking, trying to encourage somebody else to, to move, to walk, put some pep in your step, twist those hips, move those arms, burn as many calories as you can. And if you're not looking to burn calories, just move for fitness, move for health, just move for a good workout. So yes, Sonya, I have to remember because it's charged and everything. If I keep forgetting, the charge is going to run down. I'm going to have to charge it again. Oh my goodness, this hill, y'all know I like to I'm trying to stay in my cool down. I'm trying to stay in my cool down zone, but I really do like jogging these hills. I like going down. I like coming up, at a slight jog. It's like you knock it out, you get it over with. But I'm not gonna jog. I'm not gonna run it. I'm gonna just go ahead and walk. Keep my cool down. I'm gonna stay in cool down mode. Okay. So it's Thoughtful Thursday. For some people, it may be Thankful Thursday. We're thankful for every day that we have. So if you guys are thankful or thoughtful or anything, let me know what it is. Let me know what it is. Did something start off kind of shaky this week? And then the tables turned, things turned for the better. And if things are still kind of shaky and rocky, guess what? Just keep on keeping on. Just push, push, push. Push through it. No, it's easier said than done. But sometimes that's just the attitude that we have to take. Because if we take a different attitude, of course, when things are shaky or rocky or whatever, we get down and we get depressed. But we don't want to get down and out. We don't want to get down and out. And if we do get down and out, we don't want it to last. We don't want it to last for so long. Y'all, I know a lot of the stuff that I say or that other people say who are trying to be encouraging and motivational. It doesn't always go that way. Doesn't always go that way. But to at least try to keep yourself in that mindset, hopefully that'll help mentally. Hopefully that'll help mentally to at least try and keep yourself in the mindset that whatever you're going through is going to get better, it's going to change for the better, you know, and at some point it will. It will. Things may be different, but hopefully, you know, you'll see the sun. You'll see the sun again. Few more days of this challenge. Yes, what is it? Today and tomorrow, Sonya, for you. It's a challenge in my group, so you don't need to worry about it. But no, Sonya, it's like I know, but y'all have a good group. That's a good group because you can keep each other motivated, uplifted, and encouraged. But I even before we talked about it, sometimes people ask me, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So it just kind of made me curious because I used to use my Fitbit like faithfully. I did. And I just felt like, for one, I would forget it. I started to forget it. So I'm like, you know, I just wouldn't have it. And for two, I'm like, it wasn't so much that I would forget. I would forget to charge it. So when I forget to charge it, then I'm like, I gotta go. I can't wait. So I am curious to like not use it daily, but to use it regularly enough to know, like you said, how many steps I make in a day or how many steps I make in a week. Let's see, mine's is very simple, no charging, no Bluetooth. I just clip it on my wrist or close. Really, I have to charge mine. I have to charge it through some USB. I have to use the USB. I can charge it on my computer, my laptop, anything that you can charge. Um, any USB port, I can charge it. And I just I forget. And now it's charged and I'm just so not used to using it. But I'm not gonna stress it or worry about it. I did want to use it though because it was a gift. It was a gift. And I like I like utilizing gifts because people don't have to do what they do. People don't have to do what they do. And they gave it to me because I walk a lot. So they gave it to me for that. So I do need to use it. If not all the time, at least half the time. I really do. But again, it's that time for that question. What do you guys have up for the weekend? Seems like just 2 or 3 days ago I was asking you that, doesn't it? Seems like it was just 2 or 3 days ago. But it was a week ago. It was a week ago, y'all. And I'm telling you, time is flying. Time is flying. We see Halloween things in the store. We see Christmas decorations in the store. It's the harvest time. We see all of these things in the store. Tomorrow is the 29th, Saturday is the 30th. So October, November, December. Yes, it was. It really is, Sonya. I love it. So when we talked about it, that's when I was thinking like, I really do need to use it because I don't want to get it. I don't want to pick it up one day and then it doesn't work and I haven't used it. Sometimes it's kind of like us. The more we work our bodies, the more, the more energy we have, the more stamina we have. And it's just like electronics. Sometimes when you just let them sit and collect dust, the next thing you know, they don't work anymore. So yeah, I don't want it to just be, I don't want to pick it up one day and it won't even take a charge, y'all. I never make plans. I just go with the flow. I'm kind of like that too, unless it's a special occasion, Sonya. Yeah, I kind of just go with the flow on with the weekends. I guess that's why I always ask y'all, what are you guys doing? Like, so I can get some ideas. Because of course there are the basic, or I won't say basic, but the general. Go to the movies, do the family get together, or um, hang out with the girls. Hang out with your significant other. You know, those are the typical things that we usually tend to do. But I could go hiking or something like that. But you can go to I could go to like put golf or something. To an amusement park or a museum or something like that. The farmers market is always great. I do that regularly anyway. So sometimes it's just good to chill out though. Sometimes it's just good to rest and chill out. You don't have to do anything. That can be your weekend. Just chilling out, watching some Netflix or Hulu, whatever it is that you have, Hulu, Netflix. Uh, what is it? Is it Tubby TV? I don't even watch TV like that, so I don't even know how to pronounce it. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But y'all know what I'm talking about, Peacock and all that stuff. I do like old shows and old movies, but like how many times can you watch uh the hey TNT family, welcome, 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 welcome to the live. Glad to have you. She says, I am doing okay and I'm just worried about some things, but God got me. Hello, Lines. He's got you, TNT. He's got you. He's definitely got you. Trust and believe it. Trust and believe it. You have to trust and believe in that. The same way we have to sometimes claim the things that we want. Now, sometimes we don't always get what we want, and sometimes we do. Sometimes we just have to, the way we plan to get it or achieve it doesn't always go. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So if you really want it bad enough, you have to sometimes change your directions to your goals, change the directions to the things that you need. And don't let the opinion of others change your mind or change your directions or change the things that you plan to do. Now, positive and constructive input are great. You can do that. And when things aren't going so well, TNT, like you said, it's going to be okay. I think I said that earlier. If the week or the month has started off kind of shaky, some things we can't change, but what we can do is try to find the positive in something that we're affiliated with, with family. Maybe something's not going so well with you, but your children, your spouse, your parents, cousins, even someone, you know, find a happy place in what they have going on for them. And it'll make you come around a little bit. It'll make you come around. And whatever you're going through, just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, until you make it through it. Just do all you can do to persevere. Do all you can do to persevere. Sonia says, hey, TNT. TNT says, I do trust and believe in my Lord. Yes, yes, yes. She says, Sonia, thank you. Thank you. Yes, we have to trust and believe in Him, then trust and believe in yourselves, and trust and believe in those who are closest to you, who want the best for you. Because everybody doesn't want the best for you. And sometimes it takes us a minute to realize, or not even to realize. Sometimes it takes us a minute to realize that everyone we're affiliated with, be it family, friends, or associates, acquaintances, co-workers, peers, in whatever area of life, sometimes they don't always want the best for you. They will say that they do, but their actions will prove that they don't. Um, Sometimes you hear little stuff, you know, in the grapevine that this person you think they've had your back, or that they're, pushing for you and cheering you on and rooting you on. Then come to find out through the grapevine that they aren't cheering you on at all. They're waiting to see you fall. But the thing about it is, if you do fall, what do you do? Even if you have to lay there and wallow for a minute, waller and kick and scream, what do? You get back up. It's just like when we talked about babies learning to walk. Sometimes they fall and they think it's funny. Sometimes they think it's funny. And sometimes they get annoyed and they're agitated and they get mad because they want to walk. But the thing that a baby always does, even if that baby, sad to say, some babies don't get the attention that they need. But even if that baby doesn't get the attention that toddler doesn't get the attention that he or she needs, you know, if they have any, if they're just not completely just like defeated, they will get back up. So even a toddler gets back up. And even if no one helps them, or sometimes we kind of act like we're not going to help them because we're going to watch and see if they're going to be determined to do it themselves, or to at least try. So they do it. They try. And sometimes we still have to help them, but they get back up. So you have to do the same thing. Sometimes it can be really bad. And I'm saying this because I know, and I wish it on no one. I don't wish it on anyone. I don't wish it on myself. But sometimes we have to kind of kick and squirm a little bit. And then we finally, we pull up. If we have to use a table or chair, we pull up and we get back up. We may even fall again. We just still got to get back up. And sometimes, eventually, someone will come around and help you get up. There are still some angels. There are still some good people that will come and they will help you get up. So don't be afraid to take that help. Don't be afraid. And I know, like I just talked about, sometimes the people you think that are cheering you on, they're not. They're looking for you to fall. They're waiting for you to fail. But guess what? Just like those people you expect to cheer you on are looking for you to silently fail, or silently looking for you to fail or fall, there's somebody, sometimes you don't know them from Adam, and they're looking to help you get up. They're looking to help pull you back up. So, and I know y'all, with the way people are in this day and time, it's hard to determine, to decipher who is there as a good person to help you up sometimes. But sometimes you just have to, let it happen. Just go for it. And if they're not a good person and they're not there to truly help you, you'll still get up. You'll still get up. I'm telling you, it's just like I said, when the babies, they get frustrated and mommy and daddy, it's just kind of, not that you're ignoring them, but they feel like you're ignoring them. Guess what? Eventually that baby will still pull up on his own. That baby will still pull up on his or her own. Unless that baby's just been totally neglected and abused. That's a different story. But we're talking generally here. And that baby will typically go ahead and still pull up on its own and, persevere. So sometimes we have to think that way. We have to think, if a baby can do it, then why we can do it. We can do it. And I know with us, we've gone through some things, and it's a lot, it can be a lot harder than what that baby has to go through. But just think about it. For that toddler, for that state in his or her life, pulling up is probably one of the best accomplishments they'll have. That first time they pull up on their own, that first time they walk on their own. So, as the days, weeks, months, and years go by, and we start to grow and we develop and we become young adults into adults, of course, those tasks get harder. The things that we go through that knock us down, they're tougher, they're harder. And then you just have to be tougher. You have to be harder. And again, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you being soft for a minute. Sometimes you gotta cry it out. Sometimes you gotta scream it out. You gotta yell it out. Sometimes you gotta punch it out. You gotta beat it out. But pull yourselves up. Pull yourselves up. And if you do feel like you just can't do it, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Who cares who talked about you? You know, the people that I talked about, who cares who earlier that they talk about you behind your back? They say that they're rooting for you, they're cheering you on, but they're nowhere to be found when you truly need them. Somebody will come. Somebody will come. I don't think it's meant for anybody to just, stay down. You may be down for a minute, you may be down for a while, but you'll get up. Through the grace of God, you'll get up. You know, do some self evaluation sometimes when you're down and out. Sometimes it just takes some, y'all know that four-letter word, self. It takes some self encouragement, some self motivation, some self observation, some self determination to help yourself. To help yourself. So when you come over here, just know that everyone, I'm sure everybody in this chat, everybody in this live, from me to everyone in this live, things aren't perfect. Things for some people aren't near perfect. But you just do what you can do and you keep pushing. Just know that for whatever you're going through, somebody may be going through, and there's probably a lot of people going through just as much, just as bad, you know, and it's like you hate to even know that, you hate to feel that way, but someone is. So just encourage those people. Encourage yourself and always be an encouragement to someone else because you never know. Oh, yeah, he getting closer today. He getting closer. Look at oh, he's cute, Joe. He is. He's cute. He's so little. He got closer today. Hello. Look at y'all see him. He's so tiny. He's a he's teeny tiny little black wiener dog. And his bark is definitely bigger. I don't know if his bark is bigger than his bite, but his bark is definitely bigger than he is. But hey, y'all know it's the small ones. It be the small ones for me. They they tough, y'all. They're tough cookies, and that's what we've got to be. We've got to be tough cookies. We've got to be like the. Sometimes we may be big and all that, but we have to think tough cookie. We have to put our minds in the states of being tough cookies sometimes. Not arrogantly, but when we need to be. When you need to be a tough cookie. Yeah, you saw him, TNT. Look at Sonya. Sonya. Believe it or not, he's the friendly one. Believe it or not, that's my as of now. As of now, that's the friendly one. He is. Sonya says, "If I loud, the small dogs are always loud." I know, girl. He is. He's a loud one. Like I said, I don't think his. You know what? To me, the bite is always big. So the bite is always big, and people like to say his bite isn't as big as his bark. I don't care what size the bite is. It's big. But to see how tiny he is, his bark is really bigger than he is. I wouldn't expect if I had heard him and not seen him, I wouldn't expect him to be that small. Yeah, he is so little. You can pick him up with one hand and just hold him up in the air. You could bench press him with one hand. I was like, you know what? He barks at me every time I pass his owner's home. But The good thing about it is at least he knows me. He barks at me every time I pass there, y'all. And sometimes he gets an attitude. Sometimes he turns his nose. Sometimes he'll bark as I'm approaching. And when I get right up to him, y'all, he'll just turn his head and look the other way and stare. Got an attitude problem. He's got an attitude problem. Yep. I don't know if y'all heard that other one, but that's a pit bull. I don't even go his way. I'm telling you, I don't even go his way. That pit bull, it's two of them. They be outside every day. Every day I'm in this area, they're outside playing. And I saw some, I don't know, what do you call the people? They're not Jehovah Witnesses, but they they go around and I don't know, they seem like they're maybe, affiliated with some religion, or they may be selling something. I don't know. They may be selling something. And I saw the pit bulls. I saw the owner. He was making sure he didn't get too aggressive. But I saw the pit bull, one of the pit bulls, just playing with the people, playing with the religious people. I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm not trying to say that to be funny at all. I promise you, I don't know I don't know, because I really don't know what they were doing. They were dressed really nicely, not business, but kind of business casual, kind of khaki and button down shirts, short sleeve button down shirts. And they just remind me of, like I said, not Jehovah Witnesses, but there have been other like people affiliated with different religions that walk around and they ride their bicycles and they educate people or they inform people, as far as their religion goes. So the dogs were just playing with them, and y'all, the look on their faces were like, their body language was like, yeah, they're used to, pets, but the looks on their faces were like, yeah, buddy, just make sure you keep him tamed. Just make sure you keep him, keep him. And he was all up on their legs and stuff. But and I think that's why they started to look kind of uncomfortable because I saw the interaction for like maybe 30 seconds. When it started, that he was just looking up at him. Then he jumped up on one of them's leg, and so of course he didn't panic. But see, that couldn't have been me because if he had jumped up on my leg, then we got to fight. And I know I'm not strong enough pit bull, but we got to fight because I got to get away. But I think sometimes when you do stuff like that, that upsets or agitates them. But at the same time, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Sonya says, even dogs have a sense of humor. Yeah, they do. They do. They really do. That's the truth. That's the truth. Uh, are the pit bulls an offense? No, no, Sonya. And see, and you know how I am. I report you. I tell them in a heartbeat. I'm like, we're not in the county limits. We're not in the country. We're in the city limits. So you need to put a leash on them. But see, since I know that they don't put leashes on them, I just don't go that way because there's so much, there's so many different ways I can go. So when I see that you have people who aren't law-abiding citizens who don't follow the city ordinances, I just avoid those. I don't go that way. I don't, because I know me and I know my mouth. Hello, hello. I don't know who that is. Oh my gosh, I wish I knew who it was. Yeah, it doesn't like translate in StreamYard. And I'm like, whoever you are, you have a purple, avatar, and I'm glad to have you in the live. I really am. And please don't be offended because I can't say your name because I can't read it. I don't know, I don't know what language that is, but I'm always, always glad to have any and everyone from any and every country in my live. You know, sometimes we countrymen have to show the leaders how they're supposed to get along. And I want anyone that's positive, that's encouraging, that's uplifting, and who has a positive spirit to come over here into this live. I don't care what continent you're from. don't care what country you're from. I don't. So if you have a positive spirit, you're uplifting. Come on over here. And Mr. or Mrs. Purple Avatar, again, I'm so sorry I can't pronounce your name, but StreamYard doesn't interpret anything. So, but hello and welcome. I'm glad to have you. A brilliant, blessed mess. Hey, girl, how you doing? Hey, brilliant. She says, Happy Thursday, Lunch Pride, chat, mods, beautiful people. Hey, beautiful lady, how are you? Glad to have you in the live. Glad to have you in the live. Sonia says, hello, brilliant, and everyone else coming in. Yes, and if you guys don't mind, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. I would greatly appreciate it. You may want to come back. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. That's fine. We're not pushy over here. We're not pushy. You may want to come back a couple of times and see if you want to subscribe. But in the meantime, I hope that you do. And if you do, hold my doorbell down. My doorbell, better known as that YouTube notification bell, so that you will know the next time I upload a shorts video or the next time I do a Let's Walk and Talk live. Y'all know I'm mostly a shorts channel. I love shorts. You upload, it's quick, you keep it moving. You don't have to worry about all the other stuff, you know? You don't have to worry about the editing. Now, sometimes those shorts can get you, y'all. Sometimes you can you can spend about 5 minutes trying to make sure that your short is the way you want your short to be. That's wild. Sometimes you can spend about 5 minutes trying to make sure that your short is the way you want it to be. And you got to find you some music. Sometimes that can take a little bit, finding the right music if you're going to use music. Sometimes you don't like that particular angle or the lighting. So yeah, shorts can be something else too. Shorts can be something else too to deal with. So again, I'm mostly a shorts channel, but we do come on here and we do the cool down. We do our walk and talk lives. I exercise. I do my appetizer, my warm up. I have my entree, my main course, my exercise, and I come on here with you guys and I have my dessert, which is the cool down. Which is the cool down. The cool down is so nice. It's just like dessert. It's that nice, that good. Well, I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. I like all parts of the meal. How many of y'all are like that? Your favorite part of your meal is everything. Like, I love a good appetizer. I love a good entree, and I love a good dessert. And the thing about it is, I don't always have dessert, but when I'm exercising, I do. I always do my dessert. I always have my cool down. So, sometimes when you're eating a meal, some people don't have appetizers. Some people just go right into the entree. And for the most part, that's how I am. But on occasion, I will have, an appetizer along with my entree and a dessert. But I'm to me, once I get done with the entree, I'm like, how many of you guys have room for the dessert? Like, so, so Isanya, I'm like, so I don't really even. I'm like, I don't. To me, an appetizer is truly like a warm up. Like, I don't need a warm up to my entree. I just need my entree. I just want to eat. You know, a lot of people, they have to have all three. They either have to have at least two. They either have to have like an appetizer or an entree dessert. But if you're like me, I don't have to have either one of those. Honestly, when it comes to food, just give me my entree. Just give me my entree. And later on, maybe like an hour or so later, I may find the dessert. But like when you go out to these restaurants and they're like, would you like an appetizer? I'm usually like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and order. And so when I'm almost done, they come around and ask if you want a dessert. I'm like, no. Sometimes I'll get it every now and again if it's something kind of small, or I'll order to take it home. If they have a dessert that I really like and enjoy, I'll order it and take it home. But most of the times, I just want my entree and I'm good. I want my entree and I'm good. And if the entree is, kind of small, the average size, I may eat it all. But if it's big, I usually take it home. I'm a to-go kind of person. I usually save enough, you know, especially if it's like dinner time. Now, if it's lunch, because at lunch the portions are usually smaller. So I tend to eat it all if it's lunch, unless this place or wherever I am has like unusually large portions for lunch. I typically um eat it all there. But I'm a to go person, so sometimes I will take my dessert home to enjoy it. But I'm not big on that. I'm not big on it. But my exercise, that's that's something that I can really relate to. It's a good equation. It's something I can equate my exercise to. The appetizer, the warm up, the entree, the, the exercise, the main exercise, and the dessert is your cool down. And I do know that most people truly, truly do enjoy a good dessert when they have one. So that's why I come on here, because I truly, truly do enjoy a good conversation with you guys. I really, really do. I like what you leave in the chat. You know, Kane was in here yesterday. I really did enjoy Kane. Y'all left us in here by ourselves, but we and Kane had a good conversation. Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. I know a lot of times the men, they don't, they don't want to hang around in our chats. But some of them do. Some of them do. Some of them are really nice. They're really kind and sweet. And they do. They come and hang out with us ladies. And I really do enjoy that. I really do. I'm telling you, we can learn a lot from them. I think sometimes the ones that come hang out with us, I would like to think they learn a lot from us too. I would like to think that. But I know I definitely learn a lot from them. Yeah, I've been doing good this whole walk. Nothing has bothered me. Felt like something wanted to try to bother me just then. Something tried to bother me. So I've been on here for what? 38 minutes. 38 minutes. StreamYard's gonna make me pay for StreamYard, right? StreamYard's gonna make me start paying. Because I don't come on here, I guess, long enough to pay. As long as I'm within that free scope, I don't have to, because my thing is, knowing me, as soon as I pay, that's when I won't use it. That's when I won't use it. And that's when I'll be mad. I'm like, as soon as I pay, I won't use it because I never go over. And if you do go over a little bit, they don't cut you off. As long as you're not crazy over. I'm sure they would cut you off at some point, but StreamYard is it's a good feature. It's a good streaming app service. I'll say service because I don't think you necessarily have to have it as an app, but it's a good streaming service. It offers us a way to come on here, but you also can just go live on YouTube. You can just do your YouTube. Dream says, been missing your energy, sis. Hey, Sonya. Well, we're glad to have you back, brilliant. You've been busy, 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 lady. Have you been busy? Whatever you've been doing, I hope you've been enjoying yourself. And we're glad that you were able to make the live today. We've been walking, 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 walking. And guys, again, I encourage you. I just want you guys to move. I want you to move. Walk. Move those arms when you walk. Move those shoulders. Move at the shoulders. Move, move, move. Keep those joints oiled and lubricated with that synovial fluid. Okay? As you get older, your body doesn't make as much, but movement helps to, keep it flowing. Movement helps to keep it flowing. It does. Those ligaments, those tendons, they're not as flexible. And that synovial fluid helps with that around the joints. So just move. And as always, as I will tell you, the disclaimer is no information in this video is meant to be professional advice. It's only meant to tell you guys, educate you guys on the things that work for me, the things that work for the chat members, the people in the chat, dropping some of their nuggets. And you take them and you use them carefully and safely and see if they work for you. Suggest them to your family members and your friends and see if they work for them. So nothing's professional. And as always, consult with your healthcare provider, be it your nurse practitioner, your physician, your physician's assistant, your therapist. Always consult with them, you know, before you start or change your exercise regimen, your routine, or however you want to look at it, you know, and anything that's like, like I always say, I don't know any healthcare provider that will say don't move, unless you're recovering from an injury or some other, health reason that you can't. So that's why I always say to consult with them first. But even then, most of the times they don't want you to be a couch potato, but just talk with them and, and see what works for you. See what your something trying to get in my face, y'all. See what your limitations may be, if any. And if you have no limitations, then the world is your oyster. The exercise world is your oyster. But always warm up. Always warm up. Always stay hydrated. Even when it's cold, don't think that you don't need hydration. Always warm up. A 10-minute warm up is really good. 10-minute warm up is really good. So always warm up, which will include your stretches. Um, Maybe 5 minutes or so on a bike or an elliptical. Make sure you stretched, before you get into your entree, your main exercise. About 5 minutes on the elliptical, 5 minutes of a kind of brisk walk and get you started. So always warm up. Always, y'all. Warm up. Always stay hydrated. And when you're done, remember to stretch when you're done as well. Stretch before, after, and even if you have to, or if you feel the need to, I always suggest it, stretch during your exercises. Whatever you're doing, it's often good to stop at some point, while you're exercising and stretch during the middle, to kind of help keep you going, And if you, of course, if you're weight training, if you notice some soreness, that's only natural. That's natural. So that's why you're supposed to give yourself a break in between days. If you're doing upper body Monday, give yourself a break on Tuesday and do it Wednesday. If you're doing lower body Tuesday, give yourself a break on Wednesday and do it Thursday. So always give yourself a break when you're resistance training, your weight training, and things like that. And with your cardio, you can do cardio every day, daily. You can do it every day, if time allows. But at least try and do it at least 5 days per week. According to your schedule, you may not be able to do that, but a minimum of three, guys, three, and that way, you can work your way up. You can work your way up because most sources suggest 5 days a week, 30 minutes per day. And so we know with people having time constraints, you'll find some people that say, well, if you can't do 30 minutes, at least try and do 15 minutes of a brisk walk or something. Do something, move like continuously. And I know guys people work and they say, well, I'm up all day at work and I do this and I do that. Yeah, that's true. And you're probably moving around a lot at work. But, it does not hurt. You're working. Do you stretch before you work? Do you take time? Do you do those warm-ups before going to work? Probably not. So go ahead and just do your 15 minutes, just 15 minutes, of a brisk walk. Do you a good 5-minute warm up, a good 2 to 3 minute cool down, and just let have your brisk 15-minute walk. And I strongly suggest 15 minutes. Y'all don't drop to 10. Don't drop to 10. Now, if that's what your level is and you just can't, then do that and you'll work your way up. And then you can continue to work and work your way up until you can start to, talk when you exercise. Talk. If you can't, that's fine, but it's a good sign if you can. It's not a bad sign if you can't, because some people don't like to talk when they exercise or when they're doing cardio. So it's just a good sign if you can. And it's just mostly what works for you. But at least just walk, just move. Brilliant says, yes, ma'am. Life was lifing, but thankful for today. Side note, wondering if you still have a limitation. A imitation of life review plan. I thought about that like yesterday. I actually thought about it today too. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. I don't know if I want you guys like. I mean, we can do that like right now. Like, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to just watch Imitation of Life like on your own? Watch Imitation of Life on your own, and then we can have a live, and we can talk about it, and we can discuss it. And I can probably get some, some images, some still images, or play just some snippets of it. You know, just enough to fall within the YouTube guidelines. Maybe we can do that. But what I think what we probably should do is maybe if you guys can, sometimes over this weekend, watch Imitation of Life, and watch it. If you haven't watched it before, if you have watched it before, it's probably going to make you cry, or at least make you really, really, really sad. It's a sad movie, but it's an educational movie. It's an emotional movie. For some people, it can be a life changing movie. For some people, it can change the way they think. You know, so and for some people are just hard, y'all. Some people are just hard. Some people just don't care. But we're not going to focus on those people or those thoughts anyway, because we do want them to change. We want them to soften up. Don't become a soft person if you don't want to, but at least be able to be soft and empathetic and open to reasoning and rational. Have some rationalization. So you guys, we can do that this weekend if you want to. Like Sonya, Brilliant, anybody else who's in this live or who catches the replay, if you would like to watch Imitation of Life over this weekend, we can watch it this weekend, and then we can come up with a day next week, or even the next weekend. We can watch it this weekend, because then that'll also give you some time, if you don't catch it this weekend, to watch it during the week. And then the next weekend, which would be the second weekend of October. This is about to be the first weekend, so we can watch it this weekend if you can, if time allows. If you miss it, watch it sometime during this week, and then next weekend, which will be like, I think, what, the first, second of October. No, I mean the like the seventh, eighth, something like that. We can discuss it. Sonia says stretching is important, especially the first time you get up. Thanks for sharing. Yes, it is. It is. You should definitely stretch before and after each time you exercise. Definitely make stretching a part of your warm up. You need to stretch and then get right into your warm up. Get those muscles warm, get the blood flowing, and it'll be, your exercise should be much, much, much better. The after effect, because sometimes people, they're like, oh, they're so sore after, and even if you stretch and you warm up, you're probably going to be sore after. But if you stretch and you warm up, it's a lot less. You'll be a lot less sore. So Brilliant, Sonya, you guys let me know. Come back on this live and leave it in the comments if you guys want to watch it this weekend or some point next week, and then we can talk about it next weekend. Like I said, I think that's like that'll be the 7th or 8th. The 7th if it's Saturday, the 8th if it's Sunday. So just let me know, because I gotta get in here. I gotta find it. I'm sure it's probably on YouTube somewhere. I'm sure it's probably on YouTube somewhere. So I gotta get in here and look it up. And I'm sure with all these different services, somebody has it. Somebody has it. And you know what? That's now what I'm really glad about is that nobody has tried to remake that. Nobody has tried, to my knowledge. To my knowledge. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, no one has tried to recreate that, the Imitation of Life. No one has tried to do a sequel after all these years, and no one has tried to do a remake. And I'm glad about that, because that movie is one of those movies that I don't think a remake would do justice. I truly don't. I could be wrong. I could be proven wrong, but I just really don't think a remake of that movie would do justice at all. I think it's just one of those originals that it is what it is. It can't be done any better. It can't be done any better. That's just like somebody trying to, what's a modern day movie? The Bodyguard. I think that's just like someone trying to remake The Bodyguard. I don't think anyone could do that the way Whitney and Kevin did it. I don't. Yes, Sonya, it's so sad. It is very sad. Yes, it's an original. I don't think there are certain movies that just can't be done. Now, that's not to say there's not an exception to the rule. There have been a few that, they've um a sequel has stood, has done the movie justice, or like a remake has done the movie justice, but most of the times not so much. And I just don't think that one, I don't think anyone can do that one, to remake that one and do it the way it was done. Or, and I know it's not really always meant to do it exactly the way it's done, but I don't see any kind of change in it, that, or just even if you just went straight by the movie, I don't see anybody who could play those parts. You know how sometimes every generation, every era has an actress or an actor that's an unknown or not really popular during that time, and they just do something that just blows up. It just blows up. So I'm not really sure how popular those actresses were back then, but I do know after that movie, they were definitely, definitely, definitely well known. Yes, Sonya, Color Purple, and aren't they redoing that or something like that? Are they redoing The Color Purple, or are they kind of doing a sequel or something? Because something is coming out over the holidays. Something this Christmas is, it may just be Color Purple. It may just be a remake. I don't know. But something is going on. I gotta look that up because I had seen on social media a lot of advertising, a lot of, talk about it. So they are trying to redo that. And sometimes you can get some of the most well known actors and actresses. Some things just can't be redone. And it's funny how, like I said, for the time whenever it happened, like we know some people like a Lucille Ball, like a Joan Crawford, um, like a Mahalia Jackson, um, like who? I'm trying to think of somebody way, way back. Like we know people from way back then, and whether they were well known then or not, they've done movies that just cannot be touched. And it doesn't matter how many great actresses and actors that you use from present day, those movies just can't be touched. Because I've noticed that sometimes when they're trying to do like a remake or redo something, they go and they get the biggest, the best actresses of this time, and it still can't touch. It still can't touch the original. Still can't touch it. Yes, Lana Turner. Yes, you can't. Sometimes when those people, like an Elizabeth Taylor, you know, those people back then when they made those movies, I mean, it's not gonna be another Marilyn Monroe. Um, it's just not. I know what's her name? God rest her soul. Anna, I can't think of her name. She passed away and her son passed away. And then there was this custody battle for her little girl between the two guys that she knew. She, maybe she came close, but not really to me. I think maybe in society's eyes she came close, but not really to me. There's just not going. There's some people, Ella Fitzgerald. There's just some people, Eartha Kitt. You just can't. You just can't. Halle Berry was a great Catwoman, but Eartha Kitt was the Catwoman. She was the Catwoman. So on that note, y'all, I'm going to wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity, because without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Anywhere chaos and negativity dwell, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.